Hello and welcome back to Kalkine. Australasian Metals evaluates pure quartz site for commercial prospects. Dr. Qingtao Zeng, Managing Director of Australasian Metals, outlines the company's ongoing projects and future outlook in an interview with Kalkine Media. The ASX-listed exploration firm is actively engaged in projects located in the Northern Territory and Queensland. Dr. Zeng emphasised that their current priority lies with the Dingo Hole highly pure quartz project under an option agreement with Verdant Mineral Limited. Fieldwork for due diligence has commenced at the site, focusing on assessing its commercial viability for high-quality silica production. Hello, Dr. Zeng. It's lovely to see you again here at Kalkine.
Thank you, Ross. Thanks for having me.
Could we start by having an overview of your company's current project portfolio?
Since 3 years ago, we listed our company in Australian Stock Exchange. We have built up our portfolio covering gold, bauxite, and we're actively looking for lithium. And lately, the immediate focus is the Dingo Hole high purity silica project. So for gold and bauxite, we have JORC resources defined, inferred defined resources. And for lithium and silica, we're all in the exploration stage.
So can you explain the current applications of high purity quartz and how its market is now developing?
It's a very interesting space. So high purity silica, quartz. The main three applications including solar panel manufacturers, which when we're talking about net zero energy commitment, we need a lot of solar panels. And then is the EV sector. They use a lot of silica, and also the batteries. So the battery anode material, if you have good silicon with aluminum, that alloy can be very useful in that applications. And the market is getting, since 2013 to today, the price for the high purity silica has been doubled. And especially last year, the price was like 3 or 4 times. But now market is rationalized, but the demand is really strong for the high purity stuff. The low middle class material is very competitive in terms of supply. I mean the price is not very high, but for the high end application feed material, it's really tight.
And what are the key global investment trends affecting the high purity quartz industry?
So in 2022, the Biden-Harris administration passed an act called IRA, Inflation Reduction Act. Basically, they want to do more green energy, net zero, contribute more into that space industry. There are enormous investment into this. And that basically encourage people or industry to go into green energy, which require solar panel industry and a lot of power generated from the solar. So that is the major event for this business. I think that could be one of the key reasons triggered the price jump for the high-end material. Another aspect is the main production capacity are, of course, from China. But right now, the Western economies are looking at to re-establish their own supply chain. So rather than depending solely on Chinese solar products like solar cells, production manufacturers, they want to build their own. I mean, Australia, US are good partners. I think our material, our project potentially be good to provide the feed material to produce solar cells down the track.
So based on recent exploration efforts and historical sampling, what can you share about the potential of the Dingo Hole high purity quartz project?
For me, for any project in Australia, if you want to get it work, you need to have volume and quality. You got scale and quality. So far, we have done an exploration target range study based on the outcropping surface geology and the geochemical sampling work we have done combined with the historical study. We already announced to the market that in Dingo Hole, we have around 10 to 40 million tons high purity silica in the ground. Sub-horizontally dipping, you can see it in the surface, it's white stuff. So we definitely have the volume. For the quality, without any processing, we just find from the surface, we took the rock chip sampling. Without processing, we already averaged at 99.88% silica. Most importantly, our aluminum, titanium, and lithium are really low. And that basically allows us to have the potential to be qualified into the ITA specs, which the ITA specs, you can sell that material for, let's say, $5,000 per ton. So after our preliminary acid leach, our average grade is 99.95%. So there's only 500 ppm impurities together. Again, in this industry, a lot of people have done studies. Some of the impurities is easy to get rid of, but some of them, once in the system, is almost impossible to get rid of. But luckily for us, for some reason, God bless, our aluminum, titanium, and lithium are so low, which is the hard bit to get rid of. But what the challenge we have is calcium, magnesium, potassium, and sodium, and barium. And for that material, we are developing relationship or partnerships with some scientific institutions to help us to look at it, to say how we can get those out of our system. So we are working on that.
And what factors contribute to the price differences between high purity quartz and other grades of quartz?
That's a very good question. It's actually, it's more like you need to back engineering the price. You need to work out what the end application of your material, and then work backwards to say how much actually I can sell for my raw or bulk material. Let's say if you are going to tap into this crucible or solar cell manufacturer's business, for that 5.9, which is 99.999 above material, you can sell. So that material can sell for $5,000 to $6,000 per ton. But for you, for us, we are going to be the produce feed for that high-end material. We may be able to sell for $500 to $800 US. So that's high-end. Low-end, let's say for a glass, that's low-end. I know there's some market for that is only like $20 or $30 per ton. So it depends on the quality and also so when you ask about impurity profile, that impurity profile actually decide what application you can get into. So that's what the logic of this whole industry. Your impurity profile decide what application you can have. That price dictate what you can sell as a raw material.
So moving forward, what are the next steps or the planned activities for the Dingo Hole project?
So right now we are doing more testing into different applications. We're trying to open up all the doors to say where give us the best economic outcome, including silicon metals. And for that specific application, we need to do further testing, including they call it thermal stability index, which means like how your material perform in the furnaces. If it's melt quickly or broke into pieces, or it can stay still. Thermal shocking index, which is either a blast or anything, and then you need to do melting test and the softening point test. So your material from solid phase into soft phases. So all those parameters, once we are doing that right now, that will tell us how well or how bad, hopefully not, touch wood, the material can be to apply into silicon metals manufacturing. And in the meantime, we are doing more sorting testing work to say the material on site easy to mine, to crush. I would imagine our mining costs will be really low. And then how can we pick up or sorted the good material out of something dirty without any chemicals involved? So we are doing the sorting testing work in the other end. So there will be a constantly good news, potential good news coming out to the market.
And a final question for you. What are the key milestones Australasian Metals aims to achieve in the coming quarters?
So we still have the option until November. Hopefully, given the positive due diligence results, I think we may consider to exercise the option early. And also in our company, myself, a geologist, Rory is a lawyer, and Graham is another geologist. I'm considering to restructure my board to get them more experienced in the high purity quartz space into our company, and that would be have some good impact. And then all those potential positive news coming out of the current testing, that will give me enough information to entertain some corporate deals with downstream players, like potential offtake or prepayment for my shareholder.
Thank you so much again for your time today. And that's it from Kalkine. I'm Rose Kelly. We'll see you again soon.